All right. Ready to start the second session. I've got some underglaze transfer. Now I've gone ahead, I've taken this big strip and I wanted to have this sort of jagged edge. So I did that on purpose. Now you'll see there's the underglaze side. This is the not underglaze side. Underglaze, not underglaze. So what you want to do, this is just like a temporary tattoo. And I'm going to get my little bowl of water and my sponge right here. So what I'm going to do is wrap this around. And I'll try to do this. So like right now, you see this sort of jagged. I'm going to go ahead and just leave. I've got more than I need to cover this. So I'm going to just wrap it like that. I won't end up using this little bit, but that's okay. So I'm going to wrap this around nice and firm, nice and snug around the pot. And then what I do is take my damp sponge and I'm going to start to sponge that transfer onto the clay. So I'm starting in one place and working out from there. Just very gradually. I'm going to sort of peel this one back because I don't need to get the whole thing wet. Plus, if you may not be able to see, but it's as I'm moving out, this is sort of moving along with me. It's kind of expanding, unfolding. So I want to give it room to move. Get it nice and damp on that pot. All right, so now I can come back this way and start to continue to get this transfer on here. You don't want to soak it, but you do want to have plenty of moisture so that you're getting a good solid transfer. And you kind of want to dab at it. At this point, you don't really want to streak across, because even though you've got that rice paper barrier, it's rice paper, right? So it's not very thick, easy to tear. So you want to just go at this pretty gently. All right, so I'm coming up on that seam where I was before. I'm going to overlap it just a bit. And I can kind of pull this back and see how it's looking. Just a little more. Okay, I like that. All right, now, before you peel it off, what you want to do is take a plastic or a rubber rib, something that's fairly soft, and just go along and just very gently smooth that transfer. Make sure you get a really good transfer of that image. And it's really going to stick so that when you peel the paper away, you're only peeling the paper away. You're not peeling the underglaze material along with it. I'm just very gently moving across the pattern. And since I've got that rice paper on there, it's not smearing it, just pressing it into the clay a little better. And this will be the fun part of coming around to this side. So I'll get to start peeling as I see. So right here, you may not be able to see it, but I've got a little wrinkle that happened with that with that rice paper. So I can just really gently kind of smooth that out and get that wrinkle out. Yeah, I've got a few of them here at the beginning when I started. I think I'm going to be able to get them all out. But that's, oh, there we go. That's another reason that you want to rib across here. Okay, now I'm starting to get to my overlap. So you can see I got a little bit of underglaze material swiped on there. So that tells me I need to stop and peel my underglaze transfer right off. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Beautiful. And that's how you do underglaze transfers. So at this point, I can leave it as is. I can do some sgraffito work on it if I want to. I can add some other colors to make some accents. Sky's the limit, but that is how you do an underglaze transfer. I'm pretty pleased with that. All right. Next item, I'm going to show you, we've got these new brushes. Where'd my brush go? There it is. All right, the Xiem shortcut brush. These are nice little wooden handled brushes. I believe it's goat fur. Look at this thing. Shortcut glaze brush, handcrafted, German beech hardwood, and quality, soft quality goat's tail hair. It is very soft, like a blusher brush, which you want in a glaze brush. Really nice. I chose, this is the 1 inch width, 1 inch. I thought that would be a good size to show just general, like, you know, if you're wanting to just do some broad covering brushwork. So I've got an underglaze here. I've got some chocolate brown that I'm going to put on this pot. Also, it's a nice size because it looks like, yeah, it'll fit nicely into my little underglaze jar here. So I'll take this. So the idea of these brushes is that they're able to hold a lot of material. Oh yeah, that's nice. Wow, that's a really good. So I'm able to get a lot of material on my brush and go along and get a really good cover of that underglaze on my pot. It's very, almost effortless. Look at that. 2 times around of the brush and it is coated. I like that a lot. All right, I'm gonna finish there. All right, that's lovely. Go back in and hit any little spots that didn't quite cover. So yeah, very nice brush for holding lots of material so that you can get a nice even coating. All right, I think I'm gonna cover up this rim too while I'm at it. It is nice. Cool. And now I can do my sgraffito work. Place that up there. Okay. Now I need my crown point carvers. So we recently started carrying these crown point carvers. They come in lots of different shapes and applications. This one is the groove carver for what I think is a fairly obvious reason. And then I've got this, I think this one's called the fine line carver. It's got this little bitty notch right out of there. I'm going to try and use that one to do a little bit of sgraffito work here. This pot is not completely dry, but I think I can get started. I'm going to try and get myself moved around so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can, there we go. Let's see, what do I want to color? All right, I'm going to start just doing some Zentangling, just making some marks. Just kind of so this is interesting. So I've got some pretty deep grooves going on here. Then I think I can take, and this is also adjustable, so you can kind of move it around to fit whatever it is you're trying to do. Let's see what happens when I do just that. So the way that I've got it, I'm using this really itty bitty point here to kind of give me a little notch. All right. Let's see. Let's go back this way. Doing kind of a mountain pass kind of thing here. It's some very jagged. All right, now I'm curious to see what this is going to do. So it's got two little pointed guys. I'm gonna just take this and go Xiem. Really got to get a nice even. Oh, now these are really sharp, so it's really wanting to cut in to my piece. This would be good though if you wanted to like do just a gentle, like a border almost. Keep going with my little mountain motif here. It's funny. Let's make my wind. Let's see. We have another mountain pass coming down between those peaks. I'm trying to figure out. I think happens if I do this. All right. Just gonna hang out here. Next 8 or 9 minutes and dink doink on this little piece. If anybody wants to join me, I'm here. I'll answer questions. All right, I think I'm gonna leave this alone. Because if I keep messing with it, it's gonna get ugly. I'm fairly pleased with it right now. And I've got 5 minutes left on this little demo session. Somebody can see what I'm doing. Come talk to me. I'm making.
Are you on?
I'm on. Made a thing.
Nice. Wow.
And I did another thing.
Hey,
Yeah,
sweet.
that went really well. I was super pleased with it.
Nice.
What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? Here, let's decorate this guy. Nah. Hmm. Maybe not. How about you? Just try it with you. All right, now this time my brush was wet already. So that caused a little more streakiness. Might be okay though. I can work with it.
Okay.
All right. Does it for my second session. This has been a demonstration of the Underglaze transfers, the shortcut Xiem glaze brushes, and the crown point carvers.